Hello, everyone. My name is Zach, and I am a fan of Gurren Lagann. Now, this being online on September 30th is kind of arbitrary, but it's still relevant. Um, this is to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the anime. Originally aired in Japan in 2007, then in North America in 2008. Actually, originally aired in Japan, well, premiering in April. If I, if this channel had been around for that much longer, would have tied it into that date. But it aired its finale in Japan on September 30th, so there's still a connection. I think I've known the series pretty much since it premiered in the US. But granted, there are still some shortcomings of my being a fan. Like, these two things are, to the best of my knowledge, the only bits of merchandise I have. There's no poster or wall scroll of Team Daguerre. I've got no card decal of their insignia. Not especially familiar with like the exact track titles of the music. I don't have any sort of soundtrack, though I would like to get one at some point. There's at least an art book I like to get. I think it's called Gurren Lagann Visual Works. I don't know if it's still easily available, but I think I've seen it on Amazon for like $30 at some point, which isn't too bad. Also, in somewhat poor preparation for this, I haven't actually watched the series in quite some time. Didn't even reacquaint myself with a few episodes before starting this recording. But it still left quite an impact on me. It still affects me to this day. Forget the exact time, but I know around 2008, Gurren Lagann, I guess it's United States premiere, or otherwise more easy television availability, aired on Anime Mondays, the Monday night anime block on Sci-Fi Channel, back when it was even spelled like the genre, not SYFY. I forget exactly what drew me in, if I watched any trailer. I think I might have seen a commercial on the channel at some point to think like, wait, okay, some action-packed, quirky mecha anime is coming to this channel. Might as well check it out. I think it aired a little bit, started airing throughout the summer, and that was when I was in high school. So I think as like classes started wearing on, I couldn't stay up that late. I think even though it was only like, I think 10 p.m. when it premiered, when it aired. So I actually sort of drifted away from it, unfortunately. I think I only got about through the first like specific arc of the series to try to avoid spoilers. It's about a fourth through the series. If you know much about how the plot develops, you might know what I'm talking about, where that story point is. Unfortunately, I kind of forgot about it. Then, I think around a year later, I noticed it on Hulu, and then just kind of binge watched it. I think in one day, I watched the rest of the first full arc and the clip show little thing. And then the second day, watched the second arc up through the series finale. And there it was, my complete series experience. And sometime soon after that, probably at least a couple years later, when this set came out, I went and bought it to enjoy it all over again. Check out some special features and so on. Great, I guess before the start talking about the impact and its influence and stuff on me, I guess I'll express a couple possibly divisive criticisms. Like, I know like goofy, sexy fan service and stuff can be fun in certain doses. But kind of speaking from a more objective point of view, when it comes to Yoko's appearance and Liran's personality, things probably could have been adjusted to a bit more tasteful levels. I can't even explain the show. Like, for Yoko, oh, it's for maneuverability and stuff. You could wear like a crop top or something. And Liran, like, yeah, flamboyant, gay, some other orientation or identity, that's fine. But to be so goofy and pretty and sparkly and whatnot is occasionally pushing it. Granted, for that character, it's also partially through Stephen Blum's performance. And I'm a huge fan of his work. I mean, even considering the sometimes iffy stuff he says, it's still delivered well. And I don't know how much he's like that in the original Japanese. That's another regret I have as a fan. I haven't really watched any of it in the original language, besides a few clips online. So in some ways, maybe there's a little more dignity to Liran in the original Japanese, or maybe there's more dignity in the English. As controversial as he could be shown in the English dub, maybe that's the better of the two, actually. But in sort of a positive spin, as sort of exploitative as one could say, Yoko and Liran have in some of their qualities, they at least serve a major purpose throughout the series. They're, skilled with weaponry, engineering. They serve important roles throughout the story. They're not just random characters always cheering from the sidelines and pointing out, I'm the sexy girl, I'm the flamboyant guy. There might be qualities that could be viewed as negative, but at least they still serve important roles. But yeah, anyway, away from it's possibly unpopular opinion, but but yeah, back to the positive. And despite my kind of neglecting the show on and off throughout the years, it's still quite important to me. Kamina, even in his exaggerated bravado and his occasional like sexism and stuff, he's still very respectful, optimistic, encouraging. And of course, the messages of like, don't believe in yourself, believe in the me that believes in you. Things like that are, often quite good to hear. The arcs that characters like Simone go through, stepping up to challenges. And of course, the action sequences and new fights that have to be won, of course, exponential to point out, however many things stand in the way and towards, freedom and progress and stuff. Work together, overcome those challenges. Like Simone notes in the final episode, responding to the question of, like, where's this determination? Where's this power coming from? Like, we evolve past the person we were a minute before. Little by little, we advance with each turn. That's how a drill works. So even if it's very gradually and incrementally, the hope is that we accomplish greater things, come together and cooperate to achieve greater goals, help each other into the future. The style of the show is often fun, a mix between like on model complexity and then just cartoonish randomness. Like the latter, episode 6, the one that's basically all fan service. Even way back when, I think I often rolled my eyes throughout the episode, but again, at least there's some story progression. Like Yoko and Kitan's sisters, they're still quite objectified, but at least they still take part in some of the action. They're not completely damsels in distress or eye candy. Those kinds of problems. Music's often very good. Unfortunately, like I said, the track titles, unfortunately don't know its name, but when thinking about this show, I often have the tune, that sort of inspiring piece when Simone and Kamina first see the surface, destroy the first gunman. But then, of course, there's Sarairo Days, the opening theme, and Row Row Fight the Power. That's, of course, very upbeat and has like forward-thinking messages and stuff, which is very cool. World building has a couple of shortcuts to sort of get to the big sci-fi story and stuff, but still very well put together. Pacing is impressive in both the story arcs, showing how one challenge leads to the next, to the next, to the next. you need character growth, not just for like Simone, but also Yoko, Rosyu, Viral, of course, starting out as what seemed like kind of a just cool looking villain, and then wondering where he goes from there. But yeah, overall the takeaway is just like the message is quite inspiring. It's through sort of the basic idea of a drill that even if progress is unfortunately slow, even if there's a lot more hard work than you originally anticipated, it's important to keep fighting. You know, keep working for good causes, keep cooperating. Yeah, hopefully I do get more merchandise. Maybe at least an insignia decal. I know recently there was a 10th anniversary Blu-ray set released with also the Japanese released movie versions. I've seen that's actually pretty expensive, but I'd like to save up for it. Have both standard and high definition versions. That would be a nice thing to have. So I sorry, this is kind of a simple, rambling video, but it's a pretty important series to me. And I'd like to experience more of it as I show such devotion to it. Find the incentive. But yeah, happy 10th anniversary, Gurren Lagann. Even if the brand, the franchise is pretty limited, you still have influenced many people around the world. Made them laugh, made them cry, made them cheer. So, to close, this is Zach saying, see you later.